would you be willing to submit to some field sobriety tests just to make sure you're okay to drive? And if if you pass the test, you're good to go.
No, not really. I'm not drunk. It's not like I'm drunk.
No, I know, but like when I was approaching you, I saw you go over the side of the line a couple times. Just want to make sure you're good to go.
It wasn't a couple of times, officer.
But I need you to step out of the vehicle for right now, okay?
For what?
Because we're going to do some sobriety testing for you.
I told you I don't want to do sobriety tests.
I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle and do it.
First you asked me, now you telling me.
Yeah, I was asking you if you would be willing to do it.
So if you're going to give me a ticket, give me a ticket.
As far as step out of the vehicle.
For what, officer?
Because you're going to do sobriety testing. Come on.
I don't want to do a sobriety test,
Where
officer.
are you going to?
Yeah.
I don't see any indicators of impairment on you.
Me neither.
I don't see any with your eyes.
Me neither.
You got to take that license plate, take the license plate cover off, so that way your license plate is viewable. Okay.
So you're saying it's not viewable, so I'm gonna step out and look at this real quick. Thank you.
Yep.
Because now he's saying my license plate not viewable. You can move that light, please. Thank you.
Yep.
You don't have to put the light.
No, I'm doing it.
You don't have to put the light, sir, because you don't have a
if you're gonna
flashlight.
argue, you can get back in your vehicle.
Listen,
all right?
excuse me. So I'll cover the light. I have 2 lights that work. He's trying to flash it. I don't know what. So I don't know. That's his high beam. I don't know how he can't see it. The tail light, what?
Sir,
You said the tail light was out?
Get in your vehicle.
I'm asking what was wrong.
It's not out. Did you see the cover on there?
The license plate.
The license plate's not allowed to be covered like that.
So it's not supposed to be covered with this because you say you can't see it. That's what you say?
Yeah. You drove past me, I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it when I drove
Now I
past.
can't write it. Sir, get over here. Go back in your vehicle.
Sir, I'm not being detained. You don't have to rush
You're
me
still
like that.
detained. Get in your
How
vehicle.
am I still detained for a
Because it's
moving
still
violation?
I'm not
Do
doing
you want
stop
your
it.
sergeant to come back out, sir?
It doesn't matter. Get back in your
What
vehicle.
you mean it doesn't matter?
You're supposed to listen to me.
I'm
Get back in your vehicle.
supposed to listen. Sir, I was getting a
Get back in your
recording.
vehicle.
I was getting a recording of my license
Okay,
plate.
get
Look
back
at
in
him.
your vehicle.
Bucking up.
Get back in your vehicle.
Because he's mad. Look at him. Because I'm detained, right?
Yes, you still are.
I'm
not
still
doing
detained.
Yes.
Look at him.
Take a picture of it. and just send it to
Insurance.
the email.
He did not want it.
I
got it right in his
Yeah,
face.
when you go back
Look.
to your video, you'll see it.
Look at his
Anyway,
face.
you can email this at fen@lowermerion.org.
He mad. He mad because he wanted to come in my car. And I ain't let him. Look at him.
What's going on, everybody? And today's video comes from Wizzy Mac. It was filmed on November 25th, 2024. He was pulled over by a police officer from the Lower Merion Police Department in Lower Merion, Pennsylvania. Wizzy Mac is a DoorDash driver. He's driving in the very early hours in the morning, and when he comes to a stop, he notices that he goes over the line by about a half of a foot. Not realizing there's a cop behind him and still paying attention to the rules of the road, he backs up that half a foot to make sure that he's within legal limits. Unbeknownst to him, he's being tailed by a cop. Several minutes and about a half mile later, this cop pulls over Wizzy Mac, looking for something, anything he can get to try and hem this driver up. First he brings up Wizzy going over the line, and then he makes up another violation that never even happened, making up as much as he can to try and get a field sobriety test. The interesting part of this video is at first he asks Wizzy if he wants to take part in the field sobriety test. Wizzy's busy, he's literally in the middle of a delivery, so he politely declines. And then, in the first time ever that I've ever seen this, the police officer tells Wizzy that he has to participate in the field sobriety test, that he doesn't have a choice. That part is weird, because there's no state in these great United States that has a law stating that someone must take a field sobriety test. The closest thing to it is Indiana. If you refuse to take a sobriety test, a judge can write a warrant, take you to the hospital, and obtain a blood sample. But nothing like that exists in Pennsylvania. You have the right to refuse a field sobriety test, and there's no penalty by law enforcement or in court for the refusal of that test. If the police officer has probable cause or reasonable articulable suspicion that you may be driving under the influence and you refuse the test, at that point, they can suspend your license pending the outcome of the case. But they can't force you to do it. This cop for sure was not prepared for Wizzy. Wizzy did the right thing, filmed the whole interaction, then demanded a supervisor. When the supervisor came, even he agreed that Wizzy was in no way impaired. And this was too much for this cop to handle. Showed up by a citizen, and now his supervisor doesn't have his back. It's time to retaliate. So now this cop says that his license plate cover isn't visible. And that was the reason for the stop. Although at the very end of the stop, this is the first time we're hearing of it. Wizzy gets out of the car to investigate, only to find that his license plate is in no way obstructed and is clear to view for any person, whether it be a citizen or a police officer. And to close it up, he gives him a citation for not providing his insurance. But throughout the entirety of this video, the police officer never even requests insurance or proof of insurance information. He only requests the driver's license, registration, and medical marijuana patient card. Giving him a ticket for something you never asked for in the first place. How could he refuse if he'd never been asked? And Wizzy's no stranger to law enforcement. It's practically in his DNA to own them. He kind of reminds me of the random patriot. Let's take a look at both.
Talk to me when it comes down to sign. Don't say nothing to me. Don't say nothing to me. Do your job and get off your phone, officer. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Back up out my face, sir. Back up out my face. What you want? Kiss me?
Yeah.
You want to kiss me?
Yeah.
You want to kiss me?
Yeah.
Stop getting in my face.
Dude, I can get anywhere. I
If
can
you
get as
kiss
close as
me,
I want.
I'll make out with you so much harder than you make out with me.
That's
I will give you so much tongue if you do. Come here, baby. Come here, handsome.
Touch me.
Give me a kiss. Give me a little kiss. Loser.
This cop has a body cam, but today this cop got exposed on Citizen Cam. This is retaliation in its finest. Let's jump into the video. And stay tuned to the very end, because I called the Lower Merion Police Department in Lower Merion, Pennsylvania to ask some questions. And after I got hung up by dispatcher Boatwright 4 different times, I finally spoke to an officer. He went bonkers and was totally unhinged, triggered at the very mention of this video. I didn't even intend to own a cop today. Well, I guess Wizzy Mac didn't intend to own a cop either. So Wizzy and I, well, we got something in common.
Hey, how's it going?
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Officer Shields of Lower Merion Police Department. Just let you know this stuff's being audio and visually recorded.
Yeah, I'm also recording.
Okay, that's fine. Can I get your license, registration, proof of
Yes, sir.
insurance?
Reason why you pulled me over?
So back at church in Lancaster, you went over the line at the red light. I saw you back up.
Yeah, I
And
was
then,
like probably like over like a half a foot, 6.
Yeah, and then the registration plate is obscured. The tin license plate in the back. All right,
I'm just door dashing.
you door dashing?
Yeah, I come out here every night. I see y'all in the parking lots every night, so I'm
Yeah.
usually aware of everything. So
No, yeah, I understand.
no problem.
I just got a question. So I can smell marijuana. Is there any marijuana in the vehicle?
No, I smoked earlier while I was on break. I'm a patient as well.
You're a patient? Okay.
Yes.
I see a medical marijuana card?
Yeah. Which
All right,
is-
thank you, sir.
No problem.
About how long ago did you smoke?
This was like 3 hours ago. What time is it now? Like probably like 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah.
All right.
No
I'll
problem.
go back, sir, all right?
All right. Thank you.
No. Hey, just a quick question.
Talk to me.
So, since you did say you smoked about 3 hours ago, would you be willing to submit to some field sobriety tests just to make sure you're okay to drive? And if if you pass the test, you're good to go.
No, not really. I'm not drunk. It's not like I'm drunk.
No, I know, but like when I was approaching you, I saw you go over the side line a couple times. Just want to make sure you're good to go.
It wasn't a couple of times, officer. It was one time. I told you I went over about a foot, and I
No,
just
it
backed
wasn't.
up.
It was on. It was right on the Lancaster and Armor right here. So
Yeah,
over
but
the side line.
I'm in the middle of an order. Like, if I back out this video, like, I'm literally on an order. So to
I
do
know.
a
It won't take
sobriety,
you that much of your time.
yeah, I'm okay, officer.
I just want to make sure you're good. All right.
Yeah, I'm good, officer.
Not gonna submit to it.
Nah, it's gonna take too much time. I'm in the middle of an order.
Alright.
Like, I respect your job, and like I
Yeah.
said, I come up here every single day.
Yeah,
like,
I'm not trying to.
I
harass
do,
you or
I do.
anything, you know what I'm saying?
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if I had more time, maybe I would have entertained it, but not today, officer. I gotta go. You'll see me after this, cause like I said, I come up and down Lancaster all morning
Yeah.
till like 5, 6 a.m.
All right. I'll be right back. All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, sir. So, since I did see a couple moving violations,
You're saying a couple, and we only spoke about the one, officer.
I told you about the one. I just told you about the one right here, right?
Yeah, the one where I took. Can y'all get the light on my eyes? Cause I got this one, and then I got
Yeah.
you with the flashlight. So two things. You keep saying multiple infractions.
I told you. So, like I said at church in
Again,
Lancaster, right?
what I was gonna say was I stopped 6 inches, a half a foot past the line, and I just reversed. You're saying
Yeah.
you think I'm impaired because I smoked marijuana as a patient 3 hours ago.
I know, but even as a patient, you can't
Then-
smoke and
then-
drive.
I didn't smoke and drive. That's what I'm saying. I
You
was
smoked 3
home.
hours ago, right?
I was home.
But then you drove within those 3 hours?
There's no limit on how much time you could smoke and then drive. It's not like I'm drinking and I have alcohol. You see what I'm saying, officer?
Yeah.
Like, I'm grown. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to make y'all job difficult. I respect you. I respect you. I respect what y'all do. Again, I noticed the Ave all night. I see y'all all night in the parking lots. I understand what y'all do. Trust me. I don't even drive when I'm tired. I literally park up. I was at the Wawa last night and slept for 3 hours. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have a daughter, a 3-year-old. You can see my car seat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm with her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just out here, got a messed up truck with the engine, driving to make my money, make sure my daughter cool, make sure I can pay my bills. I got a company that's a legit company.
Yep.
So I advertise my company. I'm not out here, you know, disrespecting the law. I'm not out here with drugs or weapons. I know what y'all want to find, but that's not what I got. You know, just because, you know, you see somebody, they might have smoked a little marijuana. I know a 68-year-old white lady that smokes marijuana. You see what I'm saying? And she drives. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not doing nothing illegal. I feel like y'all singling me out. If I back out this video, I'll show you I'm in the middle of a delivery.
I'm not trying to single you out, man. I promise you.
That's how I'm feeling.
I'm sorry you feel that way, but I need you to step out of the vehicle for right now, okay?
For what?
Because we're going to do some sobriety testing for you.
I told you I don't want to do sobriety test.
I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle and do it.
First-
I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle and do it.
First-
I'm telling you to step out of the vehicle and do it.
In which country does this cop think he's enforcing law? Because it's certainly not the United States of America. If you have a cop that's at your vehicle telling you that you have to step out of the vehicle to conduct a field sobriety test, get on the phone, call the police department. If they don't provide you a supervisor at the scene, call and ask for one yourself. Now, under the case law and standing of Pennsylvania v. Mims, police officers can ask the occupants of a vehicle to step out of the vehicle for officer safety or for general citizen safety. But they can't demand you to get out of the vehicle and force you to take a sobriety test if you don't want to. But this cop is used to dealing with people that don't know their rights. And this is what happens when you judge a book by its cover. Every police officer, when they approach a vehicle on a traffic stop, the first thing that they do is assess the person that they're dealing with. They ask themselves several questions. Does this person look educated on their rights? Can I get away with violating their rights? And if I push the limits of the law, how much trouble could I get into? They ask themselves those 3 questions and they make a split-second decision on what they think the answer is. And then they do 3 things to follow up those 3 questions. Violate, violate, and violate. But they judge the wrong book by its cover. Because this guy was educated and willing to stand up for his rights from Jump Street. And this cop is willing to do everything and anything to violate this driver's rights, including trying to open the driver's door. Supreme Court has held steadfast in the fact that if a police officer does not have reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause that a crime has taken place, is currently in the commission of taking place, or is about to take place, then to enter a driver's vehicle, to open their door, or to try and open their door is a violation of their Fourth Amendment right to be secure in their persons, their papers, and effects. And without consent from the driver or a warrant signed by a judge, they're hands off. Even on a traffic stop, a cop can't even lean on your car. You want proof? Here's footage from a traffic stop that I had about a week ago.
Officer Fisher with Newberry PD.
Hands off my vehicle, you don't have a
Just to
warrant.
let you know, you are being recorded today.
Yeah, I know, I'm recording you.
That ain't enough for you? How about another one? This one features my wife, Banana Anna, and check her out.
She's talking.
No, I'm
she has
talking. I
questions
have a
for you.
question.
Yeah.
Was it that?
First of all, don't touch my vehicle. You don't have a warrant.
okay.
So don't touch your car.
You're still touching my vehicle.
Okay. No,
all right.
Bottom line, no warrant, no touch, kick rocks, beat it, and I'll see you on the 39th of February.
First you asked me, now you telling me.
Yeah, I was asking you if you would be willing to do it.
And I said
Now
no.
I've told you about the one on Lancaster Church when you went over the line just a little bit.
That's a that's a traffic violation,
Yeah, and
sir.
it's a moving violation, right?
Yeah.
And then you had one on Ardmore Ave in Lancaster right here when you went over the
You
solid
see,
line.
now you're talking about 2
I
different
told
things.
you that earlier.
We said one thing
I said it
originally.
on the original.
I have it recorded, officer.
Okay,
We
that's
spoke-
fine. You can hear me say it multiple times.
We said the one, and I told you I backed up a half a foot. So now you're saying I had
And it
2.
smells like marijuana in the vehicle,
so
so
if
I
you're
need you to
going,
step out of the
so
vehicle.
if you're going to give me a ticket, give me a ticket.
I
As
need you
far
to
as
step out of the vehicle.
for what,
So
officer?
you're doing sobriety testing. Come on.
I don't want to do a sobriety test,
Where are you
officer.
going to?
Well, can you call the sergeant then?
I can do that.
Thank you.
Yeah. 20 to 15.
Because I'm not even trying to make y'all job difficult, but it's like racial profiling.
When you get a chance, you can come on traffic stop. We'll speak to a supervisor. I understand.
So now there's a couple violations. On top of that, now they asked me if I want to do a sobriety test, but now they're telling me I have to get out to do a sobriety test. For a moving violation. And it's cold. Cold, 3 in the morning. Like, come on, bro. In the middle of a delivery. Ridiculous. I'm going to put my windows up because it's cold. Y'all obviously could see.
No, it's all right. You can keep them down for right now, right?
This is ridiculous. 2 moving violations. First you asked me and now you want to tell me I had to come up. Make no sense. That's how y'all do it though.
Well, the thing is, if you pass this ride test, you're free to leave.
I'm free to leave now.
No,
I'm supposed to just have tickets.
No, you're not.
You're supposed to just run my stuff and give me a ticket. Why not? So you keeping me detained?
Yes.
For what?
Because I want to make sure you're safe to drive.
I'm telling you I'm safe to drive.
Well, you admitted to me that you smoked marijuana
3 hours ago.
Yeah.
You
know
don't
how long it stays in your system?
How long?
About 4 hours.
You're a medical marijuana professional.
No, but I've had a couple of arrests because of marijuana.
Bro, that stays in your system for longer than that, bro.
Yeah,
and you don't even be. Come on,
tests,
bro.
right?
You don't even know what you're
compare it up to
talking
4
about.
hours.
No, you can't. You don't even know what I smoked. My dose is only 2 drags. 2 drags only last an hour. Trust me. If I would have been smoke cool now, I would have been way more calm. Y'all messing with my anxiety. Y'all got the lights on me. You got a light in my face. You got that light in my face. It's cold. You got him. I don't know what he doing. What's your name and badge number?
Officer Joseph Baird-Shields, badge number 38.
What's your name and badge number?
Watson, badge number 73.
Thank you. So you just gonna keep your light in my face?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna put my windows halfway up because it's cold.
You roll the windows down? Come on. Roll the windows down. Come on.
You can see, I can see, it's cold.
All right, let me see your hands. Keep them on the same wall. Thank you.
15 on clearly intro left and 227.
Because at this point, y'all harassing
My
me.
supervisor's on the way, all right?
Yep, I'll wait. I'm gonna take my seatbelt off because I don't even feel safe at this point. Just took my seatbelt off.
Okay.
Shit got me hot, bro. Can I get my paperwork, please?
It's in the car right now.
Doing what? Collecting dust.
Yeah.
Field sobriety test. For weed. Well, they supposed to just give me a ticket. Give me a ticket for whatever you want. Field sobriety test. How the hell you even do a field sobriety test for marijuana? Can you explain that? Maybe I'll do it.
So you got the normal field sobriety test, right?
Nope.
For standard DUI, usually alcohol impairment, right? Then you have what's called A-Ride. And that's what tests for.
You're not answering my question.
We're going to need to know for a
Let's explain it, right?
Nissan.
So they have A-Ride, which tests for impairment of marijuana. So.
Again, you ain't tell me what's the test. What do you do? How do you test for marijuana is what I'm asking.
The other officer's going to perform the test for you. All right?
Who? You just wanted to do it.
Yeah,
So ask him. So ask him. What's the field sobriety test for marijuana, officer? How do y'all see if somebody is impaired? So impaired, so high that he can't drive.
There's several. There's several.
I'm asking you want me to do it when he first asked me, now he's telling me. So what's the difference? How you go from asking to telling me? So what's the test, officer?
There's several. There's the Romberg balance test.
For weed? A balance test. You know you're not supposed to hold me for a certain amount of time on a traffic violation, right?
No.
Okay. I'll let you know now. I'm one of them that know my rights.
What's up? What'd you say?
I say I know my rights, officer.
Okay. I'm glad. You should know.
Like fucking freezing. Like 3 in the morning. Fucking sober as can be, talking about I'm impaired. Just cause they think they're gonna find something. This shit boils my anxiety, bro. Y'all got me hot today. But it's cool.
What do you have anxiety about?
I got anxiety, period. Dealing with y'all, dealing with everything. Life itself. What, you a doctor now too?
What's up?
What, you a counselor, a doctor or something?
Trying to make conversation.
Nah, I don't want to conversate.
All right.
I want my paperwork.
Okay.
And I want a supervisor. I asked where he at.
Yeah, no, he's on his way.
Okay. You could get that flashlight on my face.
Yeah.
You bored today. Yeah, because now you got me mad. You bored today. Make sure you on YouTube tomorrow.
Okay.
This the shit I was waiting for, y'all. Told y'all it was gonna happen. What you think, you gonna find some guns or something? What you think, you got a big one?
Nope.
Stopping a hard-working business owner that's door dashing at 3 in the morning because y'all don't got nothing else to do? I see y'all pulling people over all the time. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I ain't on probation, parole, nothing. But y'all wanna fuck with me. Shit crazy. What is real criminals out here?
I'm not doing it to mess with you. I'm literally just doing it to make sure you're okay to drive.
And I'm telling you, I'm okay.
I know you're saying that, but
What you mean? So you calling me a liar?
no, I'm saying I just want to make sure.
I'm in the middle of a DoorDash, sir, and you're holding me up. I want to go.
Okay. Well, my supervisor gonna be here.
I don't want your supervisor. I want to go.
Well, you're not free to leave.
So you're keeping me detained
Yes.
for a moving violation.
For multiple.
First it was one. So how many moving violations?
I told
How
you
many?
two. I told you two.
So what were they? Tell me. Tell the camera.
Lancaster Church.
What was the moving violation, sir?
Lancaster Church.
What was it?
All right. So it was a solid red light.
Mm-hmm.
Over the solid white line.
A white
Backed
line.
up, right.
Okay.
Then you drove past Ardmore and Lancaster. Right.
Mm.
And as you're driving through there, you went over a solid white
Lies. Lies.
line. It's not lies.
Lies. And I'm supposed to have a ticket and be gone by now.
It's all right.
How you doing?
Hey, Sarge. Let me put the window down for you. I was in here cold. Shaking like a leaf. Okay. Yes, sir. What's your name and badge number?
It's Eckert, E-C-K-E-R-T. My badge number's 209.
Okay, so can you let me know why I'm here, still here for a moving violation? He told me I stopped. Literally, it was like a half a foot by the line. Backed up a little bit. It was one when he first came up. That's what he said. Now he's telling me it's multiple. Now he's telling me he want to do a sobriety test. He asked me. I told him no. I'm in the middle of a DoorDash. Then he's coming back telling me I have to. So what are we doing here, Sarge?
Well, I just got here. I didn't get to speak
I like
with the
your
officer
area
at
too,
all.
brother.
So I only talked
Cool
to you
as
thus
shit,
far.
man.
If it's okay, I'll speak with him. I'll try to figure out what's the context of everything and then come up and speak to you again. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, perfect.
Thank you. Let me lower this window for you, boss. Talk to me.
So, officer explained to me that he saw 2 different moving violations.
Yes, sir.
One was that you went over a solid line,
Initially, we spoke on one, and then he brought up 2. Yeah.
and then he brought up the other one regarding stopping in front of the other.
Which wasn't the case.
Alright.
But
The other thing that he said to me,
I told him I smoked marijuana 3 hours ago, right?
Correct.
Told him, I gave him my patient card, right? He says, oh, do you want to take a field sobriety test? I said, no. I said, if I didn't have this DoorDash, I would have entertained it, right? Boom. Then he comes back. He says, I have to take it. I said, I don't have to take it. I said, you're telling me you're trying to help me out. I don't need no help. I smoked weed my whole life before it was legal. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now that it's legal, I'm a patient. I have anxiety. Like, that's my PTSD. So it's like, you can't sit here and try to act like you're gonna get a case on me when you don't have nothing. If you're gonna give me the tickets, give me the tickets so I could go. But don't have me sitting here in the middle of a DoorDash. You're harassing me. I told him I come up and down Lancaster every night, like literally for 3 months. I've been DoorDashing out here. Money is good. It's not like you have to go in apartment buildings, stuff like that. I have my own company, a legit,
I see that, yeah.
legitimate license and insurance. I pay insurance. I got $3 million coverage. I have a daughter who's 3 years old. Like, I'm not out here fucking with y'all. I'm not a drug dealer. I'm not a shooter. I'm not somebody that's, no, I'm 33 years old. I'm grown. I made my mistakes in life, and I'm just out here trying to DoorDash, and I just feel like he's harassing me, and I don't think that's okay because I didn't do nothing wrong. So if he gonna give me a ticket, then he could just give it to me. But I don't want to take a test. I'm in the middle of a DoorDash. Maybe tomorrow I'll take it for y'all.
all right, but you do understand the legitimacy of the stop, correct?
Yeah, I just don't understand the legitimacy of having to get out my car and take a sobriety test when I first told him no. That's all, Sarge. You know that's not right.
Regarding the marijuana, you said you have a medical marijuana card?
Yeah,
Did you provide that?
I gave him everything.
Okay. In what manner do you ingest marijuana?
I smoke it, and I told him I smoked like 3 hours ago. He says, oh, well, you could, he says the legal amount is 4 hours. I said, there's no legal time on weed. He's telling me 4 hours. I got him on camera saying 4 hours, bro. 2 drags is not gonna last me 4 hours. Like, I wish I was high right now. I could have been chilling like this.
You do know you're not supposed to smoke it though, right?
What you mean? They sell it as a leaf. So you put it on a bowl. You see what I'm saying? So in the end of the day, no matter how unjust it is, how are you trying to get me on telling me that
I'm not saying that you are. What I'm saying is the manner in which you're taking it.
Now we're just getting into another topic. You see what I'm saying?
I don't see any indicators of impairment on you.
Me
I
neither.
don't see with your eyes.
Me neither.
However,
I had a light in my face for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I asked him to turn it off. He said no. Like, he's being rude, and I just don't think it's okay. And I know y'all job. You still got a flashlight in my face when I already have a flashlight in my face. And it's like, I want to respect y'all job. Like, I respect authority so much that I'm a law-abiding citizen. So for me to sit here, like I said, any other time or even drinking, I get it. But come on, bro, I've been doing this for too long. Like, I know my rights, brother. Like, I'm not going to be sitting here, wasting y'all time. I just don't want to make a show. I got to make sure I'm safe. I know them cameras don't only go but so far, so I gotta record, I put my keys on the dash. What I say, officer, look, my keys on the dash. Like, I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying, like, if y'all gonna give me the tickets, cool. Like, I understand. But to try to do all that, ask me, and now try to bully me.
The only reason why we're still here and you're talking is because you keep talking to me.
All right, say no more. Thank you.
To finish the traffic stop, we can more than welcome to
That's
do
fine.
that.
Well, I don't want to get out and do no test.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarge. Like, come on, bro. I know my rights. Fuck all that. Sarge, no. Sarge telling him now, if you don't want to get out, leave him the fuck alone. Fuck you bothering for?
Now this cop's been spanked by his supervisor. He didn't get away with his illegal search, and the blue line was very thin today. But he's not going to leave this stop empty-handed. More rights need to be violated now. So let's start the retaliatory ticket process. And then when the driver calls you on your bull and literally proves you're a liar, let's just give more tickets.
Sir, here's your information back, all right? Your driver's license and your medical marijuana card in there.
Okay.
All right, so I'm not giving you a ticket. I'm giving you what's called a faulty equipment notice, okay?
What that mean?
So basically that gives you 2 weeks to provide the corrections I need made, all right? So basically, you gotta take that license plate, take the license plate cover off, so that way your license plate is viewable, okay?
So you're saying it's not viewable, so I'm gonna step out and look at this real quick. Thank you.
Yep.
Because now he's saying my license plate not viewable. You can move that light, please. Thank you.
Now, what kind of dragon society is driving around on the roads, putting everyone in danger, including our brave police officers? Now we're about to see the biggest injustice of all, a completely blocked and totally obscured license plate. And now we get a look at the license plate. Completely viewable, unobscured, it doesn't even have tint. But the cop said this.
You gotta take that take the license plate cover off, so that way your license plate is viewable.
I don't get it. I can totally see the license plate. Just more retaliation, and this Lower Merion cop out of Pennsylvania never expected the driver to get out of the car. And now that the traffic stop is concluded, the driver is no longer detained. Under the Fourth Amendment, he can no longer be held. But again, the cop judged a book by its cover and expected that this citizen had no idea of his rights. He accused him of having an obscure and non-viewable license plate. The driver got out of the car, proved him a liar, and called him on it. And now the cop wants to be a tough guy.
Because you don't have
So
a
if you're gonna argue,
flashlight.
you can get back in your vehicle.
Listen,
all right?
excuse me. So I'll cover the light. I have 2 lights that work. He's trying to flash it. I don't know what. So I don't know. That's his high beam.
It's a tail
I
light.
don't know how he can't see it. The tail light,
Sir,
what?
Sir, get in
You
your
said the
vehicle.
tail light was out.
Get in your vehicle.
I'm asking what was
It's not
wrong.
out. Did you see the cover on there?
The license plate.
The license plate's not allowed to be covered like that.
So it's not supposed to be covered with this because you say you can't see it. That's what you say?
Yeah. You drove past me, I couldn't see it.
You couldn't see it when I drove
Now I
past.
can't rate it. Sir, get over here. Go back in your vehicle.
Sir, I'm not being detained. You don't have to rush
You're
me
still
like
detained. Get
that.
in your
How
vehicle.
am I still detained for a
Is this still
moving
time
violation?
stop? I'm not done
Do
with
you
the
want
stop
your sergeant to come back out, sir?
It doesn't matter. Get back in your
What
vehicle.
you mean it doesn't matter?
You're supposed to listen to me.
I
Get
was
back in your
getting.
vehicle.
I'm
Get back in
supposed to
your vehicle.
listen, sir. I was getting a
Get back in your
recording.
vehicle.
I was getting a recording of my license
Okay,
plate.
get
Look
back
at
in
him,
your vehicle.
bucking up,
Get back in your vehicle.
cause he's mad. Look at him, cause I'm detained, right?
Yes, you still are.
I'm
not
still
done with the stop.
detained.
Yes.
Look at him.
Right? So you have 2 weeks to take that off and provide proof they took it off.
Hmm.
They also did not provide me insurance. So
Now it's just after noon, Eastern Standard Time. I've been up since 6 a.m. I've been watching this video over and over again in regular speed and slow motion for almost 6 hours. And there is no time in the entirety of this video until right now that the cop asks for the driver's insurance. He's only asked for his medical marijuana card, his driver's license, and his registration. So now he's going to give him a ticket for something that he never asked for, that could have never been refused because it wasn't asked for, all because he didn't get to perform an illegal field sobriety test by force.
I didn't give you insurance. You just gave me my insurance registration and my.
That's your registration and your paper.
Bro, you never said my insurance
Yes, I
wasn't in the
did.
paperwork. When did you say my insurance wasn't in the paperwork? Cause it's right here. We're not doing that. So
Well,
you
I
not.
already wrote it. So
Listen,
all
bro.
you gotta do is take a
Listen,
picture
we
of it.
not doing that. We not doing that. Look,
Take a picture of it. and just send it
insurance.
to the email.
He did not want it.
I asked
I
you.
got it right in his
Yeah,
face.
when you go back
Look.
to your video, you'll see it.
Look at his
Anyway,
face.
you can email this at fen@lowermerion.org.
He mad.
All
He
you gotta
mad
do is
because he
take a
wanted to
picture.
come in my car.
All you gotta
And
do is
I
take
ain't
a
let
picture.
him.
All you
Look
gotta
at
do is
him.
take a picture, all right?
Yeah, I know.
wanna
He
take a
might.
photo?
Yep. Bye.
Thank you.
Have a
Take
good
a
one.
picture, provide
Yep.
proof. And
Be
not- 2
safe.
weeks to receive a ticket,
Be
all right?
safe. 30 minutes for 35 minutes for a traffic stop.
Now it's just after noon, Eastern Standard Time. I've been up since 6 a.m. I've been watching this video over and over again in regular speed and slow motion for almost 6 hours. And there is no time in the entirety of this video until right now that the cop asks for the driver's insurance. He's only asked for his medical marijuana card, his driver's license, and his registration. So now he's going to give him a ticket for something that he never asked for, that could have never been refused because it wasn't asked for, all because he didn't get to perform an illegal field sobriety test by force. Now, I called the Lower Merion Police Department and asked them a very simple question. If I was pulled over for suspected DUI, did I have to take the test, or did I have a choice? The dispatcher didn't know the answer to that question, so they transferred me to another dispatch for the county sheriff. That dispatcher didn't know the answer to that question, so they transferred me back to the original dispatcher that I spoke to. His name was Dispatcher Boatwright. He hung up on me 4 separate times. Finally, I got a hold of a police officer, and this guy was just as unhinged as the cop I saw in the video.
Lower Merion Police, Officer Sullivan.
Hi, Officer Sullivan. I just want to let you know I am recording this call for my records. I was just
Oh,
wondering...
that's very good. It's being recorded by us, too. What can I do to help you?
Perfect, thanks. I was wondering if someone is pulled over for a suspected DUI, OUI, operating under the influence, does that driver have the right to refuse a field sobriety test, or do they have to take it if the officer tells them to?
They don't. They have a right to refuse it. That just adds to what we would refer to as, some of the points in which we would consider somebody to be under the influence and offer you further testing, which you can refuse as well, blood or breath. But then you're still going to be charged with a DUI if we have probable cause to believe so, and then you're subject to enhanced penalties for refusing the blood or breath tests.
Right, and that's what I thought. I do understand, though. I think the one thing I might disagree on is under Pennsylvania state law, there is no penalties for refusing a test. I understand that as part of your reasonable articulable suspicion, you can allate that the refusal of the test could lead to them trying to cover up the fact that they might have ingested an alcoholic beverage. But the refusal...
Are you talking about the field sobriety test when you mentioned test, or are you talking about a blood or breath test?
Excuse me, yeah, the field sobriety test. I'm pulled over and a cop wants to do a test. I know that I have the right to refuse. I'm glad you know that, because I was just watching a video on YouTube that I'm actually covering on my channel where a police officer demanded a driver get out of the car and told him that he had no choice but to take the field sobriety test. And that officer was from your department. It was about 5 months ago. It took a sergeant to come to the scene to give the officer a verbal spanking to try and explain to him that he can't force a citizen by force to take a field sobriety test. So I just wanted to call and see what the overall understanding of that was, since there were two different...
I think the best way to come up with that would be to do your own research and research the laws. It sounds like you've already done. Are you calling just to try to argue your opinion, or what is your purpose here?
Well, no, I had one officer that says, without option, a citizen must take it.
When you say you have one officer, are you representing somebody in court for a DUI as a lawyer, or are you... conducting your own investigation based upon your own experience, or what are we talking about?
I'm just saying that from overall viewing the video, I have two officers in this video, not my video, someone else's. One officer is saying that a citizen must take
and did you obtain this video through where?
That's neither here nor there. You asked me a question.
Well, it matters to me if you wanted me to comment on it.
Well, I'm not even asking you to comment. You asked me what I mean, and I'm saying that there's one officer saying a citizen has to take a test. Sir, I don't have an opinion. You're not letting me give an opinion because you keep cutting me off. I've listened to you. I haven't interrupted you. I'm just asking you to do the same.
Well, and I'm not sure what it is you expect me to do.
Well, you asked me why am I looking for an argument, and I'm saying no. I have one cop saying you have to take a test, another cop saying to this guy that he didn't have to take the test. So I was calling a third party, another person, to say which person is right.
A third party. You've already told me you're calling me about something that one of our officers did.
Sir, it would still be a third...
I can refer you to somebody else if you have a complaint about something.
Sir, it would still be a third...
I'm not here to offer an opinion about...
You don't need to offer an opinion. You would still be a third party in basic English translation because you weren't there when it happened. So you're a third party to the circumstance.
All right, I think I've answered your question. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, I want you to have the day you deserve.
Oh, thank you. You do the same.
Yeah. Take it easy, bud. See, that's the problem. I was very nice from the get-go, and I explained to this cop that I'm not taking one side or the other. It's just there's two sides of the story here. And he immediately, as soon as he picks up the phone, this guy's so angry. Like, oh yeah, this call is being recorded. It makes sense why this guy got pulled over, and it makes sense why this cop is still in the street. Because of bad cops like this and the dirty behavior that they engage in. This is the Lower Merion Police Department in Lower Merion, Pennsylvania. Check out Wizzy's channel. His original channel link and video link will be in the description of this one. And if you're driving in Lower Merion, Pennsylvania, be careful of those cops. They will violate you at every turn. And until next time, that's the reason I stopped you today.